you enter an old pyramid and you find yourself in a big entrance hall with 500 numbered doors. You know that one of them hides a treasure. All other rooms are full of snakes that would kill you as soon as you open one of them. An old man in front of the pyramid gives you a hint on how to find the right door. You have to imagine, he tells you, to open all doors, then close the even doors, so 2, 4, 6 and so on. Then activate, meaning open if closed and close if open, multiples of 3, so 3, 6, 9 and so on. Then multiples of 4, then of 5, until you reach 500. At the end of the process, you will have some open doors and some closed doors. Just pick the 17th open door and you will be rich for the rest of your days. You thank the old man, but obviously you can't actually open the doors. Can you figure out which is the right one? Let's jump straight to the strategy list and select the relevant ones. By now you know you should pause the video here and have a go on your own. Being able to select the right strategies comes with experience and is the first step in developing your riddle-solving skills. From the general strategies, we will use number 1 and 2, use the information contained in the text, and develop an intuition of what is going on. Number 4, solve a simpler version of the problem. This one is so important. As soon as you hear 500 doors, you know that this is your salvation. We will probably sketch something. We should really try and use this one as much as we can. Remember, humans are visually wired. From the second list, we will need sequences, or at least pattern recognition. The fact that the 17th open door is the right one should point you straight in this direction. Once we identified the strategies we intend to use, we need to pick a starting point. We already know from previous riddles that whenever we can, reducing the problem to smaller numbers is indeed the first thing to do. Again, this is so powerful. It lets your mind think about the right things rather than being confused by such a complicated situation. Let's then imagine we only have 5 doors, and let's see what happens. The secret here is that after you get to the multiples of 5, the first 5 doors will be untouched, even in the 500 doors case. So anything we conclude in this simplified scenario will apply exactly to the original formulation. So, 5 doors. First, we open all of them. Then we close 2 and 4. Then we have to activate multiples of 3, which in this case means we have to close door number 3 as it was open, and that's it, as there are no other multiples of 3. Then we have to activate 4, which means opening it as it was closed. And finally, close 5 as it was open. We are left with 1 and 4. We can now define a sequence here, AN, so that A1 is equal to 1, A2 is equal to 4. And we want to understand what A17 is. In other terms, we want to recognize some sort of pattern. Depending on how mathematically inclined you are, you now have 2 choices. First, look deeper into this very simplified case and understand what makes doors number 1 and 4 end up open, while 2, 3 and 5 are closed. Or you can consider a case with a few more doors, say maybe 10. Let's assume you picked option 2, and let's see what happens. Number 6, for example, will be opened by the first round, then closed as it is an even number, then opened again with the multiples of 3, not touched by multiples of 4 and 5, and finally closed with the multiples of 6. By the time you do the same for 7, 8, 9 and 10, you will realize that only 9 is open at the end. So we have 1, 4, 9. Okay, I'm pretty sure some of you might start to see something going on here. If you don't, I will give you a further hint and tell you that you have to go as high as 16 to find the following open door. So 1, 4, 9, 16. They're all squares. Is it a coincidence? If you don't recognize squares, although this was one of the famous sequences in my strategy video, another way of looking at it is that from the first to the second you add 3, then you add 5, then you add 7. Maybe if you add 9 you get to the following term in the sequence? This is what pattern recognition is all about. Even if we still don't know for sure why this is, I'm very tempted to go to door number 289, which is 17 squared. And I would be right. This is exactly where the treasure is. Okay, you might say, well, your reasoning makes sense. It can't just be a coincidence that the first 4 open doors are all squares. But are we really certain? Would you actually bet your life that the right answer can be obtained by just extrapolating to 17 and therefore going to door 289? If you wouldn't, I understand. I wouldn't either. And this is why we need to add one final little touch of maths. It somehow goes back to parity. If a door is activated an even number of times, it will be closed. If it is activated an odd number of times, it will be open. This is why 1 is open, only activated once at the very beginning, and 2 is closed, activated twice at the beginning and with the multiples of 2. But what activates a door? Well, the answer is one of the divisors of the door number. So 6, for example, is activated by all its divisors, 1, 2, 3, and 6. There are 4 in total, and this is why door 6 is closed. Let's focus on this example for a second. For any divisor, say 2, there is a twin, which is the one that multiplied by the first gives 6 as a result. So the twin of 2 is 3, and similarly, the twin of 1 is 6. The takeaway here is that they come in pairs. If this was the whole story, as they come in pairs, they would always be an even number, and all doors would be closed. But this is not what actually happens, so what are we missing? Let's just look at 4. 1 is the twin of 4, and 2 is the twin of, 2 itself. So the pair 2, 2 is actually just one divisor counted twice. And this is a definition of squares. It all makes sense, we are safe. Did you solve it? Make sure to let me know down below in the comments, as well as ranking the riddle easy, medium, or hard. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you press the like button and subscribe to the channel to get notified when our next riddle is out. I will see you in the next video. I am Yuri and this is RiddleBear, the channel that will help you develop riddle solving skills and be able to solve riddles you didn't think you were capable of.